Oh, can we talk about Robert Pattinson?
Just in general.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's all going to release within the same time period, but he's in Dune Part 3, The Batman Part 2, and The Odyssey.
He does well.
Crazy man. Like, people are saying, like, generational run. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
The man
That's
went
much
from
money.
playing... Oh, what's that guy's name? Bear.
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric Diggory, that's what I was thinking of.
And then
What's the...
Edward Cullen.
That's it, yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
And now
I know
he's
films.
like... Twilight's a cultural gap for me.
Yeah, it's not like...
Like, I have no idea about it.
Yeah, but it's not like a gold mine for me either. I'm not a Twilight fan, guys.
We got Twi Hard over here.
I've seen the first one and the last one.
Could-
I couldn't tell you what happens. I think the first one, it's just I generally can remember like the beats of the film. The last one I think maybe has like a whole scene that is a vision, and then and you see everyone like die or something.
Okay.
Like
Classic.
Final Destination. I don't know if I've just made that up.
Wow.
There's no one here to tell me I'm wrong. So
Incredible. Welcome back to Plot to Go.
Hiya.
Episode number 29. I'm Jack.
I'm Owen.
And this week we're talking about bam ba da bam ba da ba da bam.
I don't know what that is.
John Williams. We're talking about Superman.
Wait, did he do that as well, or is that are you
Yeah.
making a joke?
No, John
John
Williams.
Williams that wrote that.
Yes.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that man just knows what he's doing.
I mean, if you go and watch the original Supermans, they're like vaguely, not even vaguely, like quite obviously, there's like Star Wars-y themes in it. Like one of the themes sounds like exactly like the Jawa. Like it's very John Williams. It's not to say it's bad. It's good. A lot of people like this is their go-to for John Williams. Like this theme. Which,
Fair enough. I mean, if you grew up,
yeah.
the stuff that you like is just stuff that you grew up with.
Whoa, profound.
Not really.
We're going to be talking about Superman non-spoiler and then spoiler. So if you've not seen it, you can still listen in. And then we'll end with a question. We're only talking about Superman this week, so I feel like we will have a lot to say.
Yeah.
But also, maybe not. Should we just dive right in, Owen?
Sure. What's your non-spoiler review of this film?
Well, for anybody who doesn't know, Superman, directed by James Gunn.
Do we have to establish who Superman is?
A little plot summary. I think this is a very easy plot summary. 3 decades ago, metahumans first made their existence known on planet Earth.
300 years ago, no?
3 decades ago?
And then 3 decades ago, Superman landed on planet Earth.
Is it 300 years ago?
I think so.
The metahumans... God, this is a great plot summary. How many years ago? I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, because I think it makes them like an established thing.
Huh.
I think they do 330, then 3.
But it was 33333.
There was a lot of 3s.
Oh yeah. In this world, humanity has been clued into the existence of metahumans for 300 years. So that would be 3 centuries.
3 centuries.
Yes.
And then
3
30,
decades ago,
Yeah.
Superman arrived on Earth.
Yeah.
So that's when he left Krypton. 3
years ago.
years ago,
He started as Superman.
he announced himself as Superman. 3 weeks ago, there was a conflict between 2 countries, Bavaria and
Juniper?
Juniper,
Yeah, something like that.
that Superman stopped. And then 3 minutes ago, he lost his first battle against the Hammer of Bavaria.
Yeah, something like that.
And this movie picks up immediately, in media res. The world is completely established. You're just dropping into the story as it's happening.
Uh-huh.
Superman's lost his first battle. He's going back to the Fortress of Solitude to heal. And everything's already established, as you would kind of expect from Superman lore. Lex Luthor hates Superman and he's trying to kill him. Superman is trying to be heroic and save the day. Lois Lane and him are dating. This is Superman, baby.
With some kind of refreshing stuff, because the Superman films of old were pretty much just Superman. Crypto, who I believe is in the comics, I don't think that's the main thing. Crypto the dog.
Yes.
I to be fair though, they don't give any backstory to the dog, really.
Nope.
So I don't know, is it a Kryptonian dog, or is it like a dog that's been infused with like
Who knows?
kryptonite? Like, you just have this dog that is like kind of a sidekick in this film at points, and he's also got powers like Superman, I guess. Can fly and punch things really hard. Do we ever see it use any abilities? No.
The dog also, the one line we get in this movie is, it's like, I'm looking after it.
Yeah.
It's not his dog. So I imagine we might get a explanation maybe of him through a different character.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, in like a future project or something.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if they just never explained the dog.
I mean, it also doesn't need to be. Dog is...
No, I want the dog explanation. Because...
Oh, there'll be a crypto show.
Do you think?
Like a little animated 5-minute, like a I Am Groot kind of thing.
Oh, that explains the origins of Crypto.
Go for it.
Yeah, I feel like the hint's in the name, right? Like, his name is Crypto.
But imagine naming your thing after, like, your biggest weakness. Like your weakness is, like, I don't know, cake.
Sure, but then their weakness is named after their planet.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Krypton. Yeah.
So like, it's just part of their language, I guess.
It's like somebody's really afraid of heights, living on planet Height, and their dog being called Heighty.
It's probably the equivalent of calling your dog like Terra or something, or like Gaia or something like that.
Okay. Somebody knows Greek mythology.
Okay, Earthy.
There we go.
Call your dog Earthy. No, like you said, it's classic Superman, but there's more to it, because in these films that we've had and for decades now, it's just been Superman. But now I think studios are more comfortable having like a fleshed out universe. Although normally, as we've seen over the last like 2 decades, they start with one thing and then start to build on it.
Yeah.
Whereas James Gunn's just chosen to do what you would do, and as a reader of a comic book.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw him talking about this on a panel, but he said like, myself, as in James Gunn, and everybody else in this room would never have started with a comic book where there's just like one character, and like there's nobody else in that universe. Like, everyone jumps in at some like random point. And that's exactly what this film is. You're just in this established world, and there's other characters that exist in DC, and it's kind of wonderfully refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah. So your thoughts overall, I guess, on the film. How did you feel about Superman?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think I'm more lukewarm on this film than most people. Looking at Letterboxd, it's like such a high graph. I very much enjoyed it. I don't think it was, like I said, it's refreshing, but I don't think it was as new as it's kind of being made out to be, if that makes sense. It is a very like generic plotline. You have like classic like hero fighting villain at the end, and it's very stereotypical. Of course, that's not the only thing that is happening. At the end of the film, there is other layers to it, which is probably where the appreciation for this film is coming from, because I think a lot of the things that it is talking about are quite relevant to the world that we are in just now. But yeah, I think I'm just in a boat of like, there was, and it's not, I'm not like trying to put the film down or anything like that. It's just like sitting there watching it. I don't know what it was that I necessarily wanted from it. I was looking just for something else to dig my teeth into, I think. And I just never got that, you know?
It's weird. We saw this together.
Yeah.
and I honestly thought you were going to be way higher on this.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm in the same boat. I'm very conflicted on this film.
Okay.
There's aspects of it I really, really, really respect, I guess. And there's parts of it that I don't think completely work. It's weird. I think this is exactly what this film had to be.
Yes.
It sets up this universe so well. I'm interested in this world. They have immediately established what makes us different from the MCU being the only other main superhero franchise that we have. It set itself apart from even the Arrowverse. If anybody watched that, there was a DC universe that existed on TV, quite a successful universe. It feels so comic booky. It's saturated in comic bookiness, which I think is both a good and a bad thing.
Yes.
I think it's compelling as comic book come to life, or I've seen a lot of people compare this to Saturday morning cartoons. Completely feels like that. I do think as a film, I don't know how much enjoyment there is as this as a standalone product.
So to recontextualize it, I think, because I was thinking about this on the drive home last night, I agree, it doesn't necessarily feel like a film. If it was a film made for TV, I think it skyrockets the quality of the film.
Sure, yeah.
Because it very much, I don't want to say it feels like TV quality, because that's such a diss on the film, and that's not true.
Yeah, it also doesn't.
But there are aspects of it
Yeah.
that you can compare it to. And so yeah, I do feel like it's somewhere in between. And I don't know how to place that or parse that in my brain.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah.
I think part of it is because you are dropped in immediately. Some of the stuff does feel bitty. There's this stuff in the trailer. There's at one point he's defeating a giant monster thing that's terrorizing Metropolis. That bit just feels kind of you've stuck on a cartoon, and it's a 20-minute episode where Superman and the Justice Gang are taking down a monster. And it is enjoyable and fun to watch. I had a smile on my face from the start to the end of this movie. I enjoyed myself. But then when you walk away from it, you're okay, but as a film, as a complete and whole product, and an arc that we go on with this character, is that really there? I don't know.
Yeah, it is a funny scene. I remember sitting watching that scene and feeling mixed about it. I know what it was trying to do, because the whole point is there's these three members of the Justice Gang that are fighting this villain, and you can't even call it a villain, the bad guy.
Yeah.
And they're just going about defeating it in whatever way possible, and then Superman comes along and he's trying to save everyone.
I mean, it is great.
Yeah.
For getting that across.
Yeah.
It's his for all intents and purposes, it's his helicopter scene. So in the original, he saves Lois from a helicopter, and that's going to be
Is that the catch?
Yes, where he's like, I've got you, and she's like, well, you've got me, but who's got you? Or I think that's part of an extended montage where he's saving a cat from a tree, or blah blah blah. Or in the Brandon Routh movie, he saves, and also in the pilot of Supergirl, there's a plane that's going down, and they both save the plane.
I love the saving the plane. I feel like that's a gimmick that should stay. We need to see that again, I think.
But I liked how this was him protecting all life. And it got a good chuckle, but also it gets across who he is.
Yeah, it gets a good chuckle because it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Which I think actually sums up. I think that's why this version of Superman is so endearing.
Oh my god.
Because he's a bit dim.
Yeah.
But he has such a good heart. And I do think so you have that encapsulates him, and then you have it's Guy Gardner as the Green Lantern, right? Mm-hmm. And he is just kind of douchebag.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's there's upsides to that, and there's also downsides to that, where a lot of the characters felt like caricatures.
Yes.
And it's weird having that in a film nowadays. This film feels like a very 2000s superhero
Absolutely.
film to me.
Yep.
And it's almost like they're pushing the characters into like one-dimensional area, which I don't love. I wouldn't say that for Superman because you spent the whole film with him and you do see layers to him. But like Guy Gardner, for example, like is very funny.
Yeah.
But we need to see more of him for him to be a character that you want to like be properly interested in. I think.
Totally.
I think, and I don't know if I was hoping for this. I had this conversation like yesterday before we went to see the film about James Gunn having done Scooby Doo, and like it would be funny if there was a crossover. The Scooby Doo's universe could totally just link up with this easily.
Yeah,
I really want them to do Scooby Doo in, even if they had that as a post credit scene or something.
Like Lois Lane meets the mystery gang, and they do like an investigative like journal report on.
That actually sounds great.
Yeah,
Jimmy Olsen's show.
Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, pair up with like Daphne and Velma.
I love it as well because like that universe has the established thing of like it's not grounded. Like the Scooby Doo films have the magic and things. Like Scrappy Doo becomes this massive behemoth, and that means it fits in perfectly. And the fact that they've gone like, oh, metahumans have existed for 300 years. Like it's not like they're establishing now.
Yes.
So it means that 2 decades ago that stuff could have still happened, and you can just have like a really old mystery gang hanging out. They have to explain why Scooby isn't dead. But it's fine, it's a made up universe.
I like your point though about because they've been around for so long, nobody in this world is questioning anything.
No.
There's a giant monster terrorizing, people are taking photos, there's a flying dog. Lois isn't like, your dog, it can fly. Like it's the world that they've grown up in. It's just really refreshing.
You have a dog.
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. Like the question is never how is this happening or why do these exist or anything like that. It only comes down to Superman because he is a metahuman that isn't even human.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the only question that people are having. And only because of the events of 3 weeks prior.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think it's one of those things where like if any of the naysayers did exist, there was few of them. So it never became a big issue. But as soon as he interfered in like politics, then suddenly you have like this vocal minority, and then that has a knock-on effect to like other people, and then all these people are freaking out about.
And also, that vocal minority is not to spoil the film, but manipulated. It's not necessarily natural,
which is also how it works in the real world.
In real world, yeah, crazy. I also while I think this is so comic booky and there's positives and negatives to that, I also think this is a James Gunn movie through and through, and again there's positives and negatives to that.
Yeah.
I want to start positively. I love the way that he directs action.
Okay.
Like I don't think anything ever reaches the height of Guardians. But specifically Guardians Volume 3, where you have that hallway fight, and it's like the camera just floats. Like he does a lot of 360 stuff where the camera's just like existing positionally. There was a lot of that here, and
there was like one major scene.
What one do you think?
The camp.
Oh, that cool.
Yeah.
And maybe it was the cinema we were in, so I'm gonna go see this movie again. I think so. I do want to cement more how I feel about it.
Yeah, same boat.
That scene specifically though, there's one of the few needle drops in this movie, and it was too loud.
Didn't feel that.
Really? Okay, yeah. Then maybe it was where I was sitting, or
yeah, the speakers were like on you.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is happening? But I felt that multiple points in the movie. So, yeah, that scene. There's like a scene at the start, which again is in the trailers. It's the, as Samuel puts it, Lex Luthor aura farming scene, where he takes off his glasses. But the camera is just like floating through, and then like you're with Ultraman for a bit, you're with the engineer for a bit, you're like floating past Lex as he takes off his glasses. I just think he has such a good like feeling for positional awareness. It's something that bugs me in action films when they don't. And I think one way around that is he doesn't cut in these scenes, so it does feel more fluid. So I really enjoyed that.
I'm not a big fan of floaty camera in general, but I know what you're talking about in terms of like really establishing a space.
Yeah.
I think is very cool. Because then it's really helpful. As soon as you've done that and then you start cutting between people, I think your brain subconsciously knows like exactly where you are in a
Yeah.
scene. So
it makes it feel more lived in.
yeah.
Like, funny you mentioned Guy Gardner. He worked for me because I think that's who that character is. It is weird that he's the first Green Lantern we're introduced to.
Fun though.
Fun. When they're in it wouldn't have been Bavaria. It would have been the other Krashtapur. What is it?
Hang
the
on.
other nation, where they land and like some of the hard like structures he's forming are like middle fingers. It's like that's really James Gunnsy, but it works for Guy Gardner as a character, which I liked.
Is he supposed to be a Green Lantern that they kind of messed up in choosing?
I think that's it. Like he's actually an asshole and a dick.
Right.
But
Or just like landed in the wrong place or something.
I don't know Guy Gardner's
Yeah, me
backstory.
neither. And then the show that they're going to do for the Green Lanterns is the other two that are
Yeah, it's Jon Stewart and is it Hal Jordan they're doing? Yeah.
cool.
Really cool. I love the Lantern Corps.
I always wanted to know more about them,
Yeah.
but they kept they obviously butchered the film.
Really bad.
Yeah, and then in the shows that we watched growing up, they just kept pushing it off until the point where the world died, and they could no longer do the Green Lanterns.
Don't even like that universe went on for a decade, and there's, if anybody doesn't know, in the Arrowverse there's this character who is like supposed to become a Green Lantern, and after a decade you see him open something and it's like a green light flashes, and it's like, we're never going to pick up on that character again. However, there is a show that came after it, Superman and Lois, where he kind of just rejects the ring because he wants to spend time with family. So after a decade of build-up, it's like, nah.
I thought you told me Superman and Lois was disconnected from
Diggle's in it.
just him.
Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely...
They just choose what they want.
Yeah. At the end of that universe, it was just like, meh, whatever.
To be fair, this is going to be in the same boat with Peacemaker, season 2.
Yeah.
Which I think is really weird. I think they should, instead of being Peacemaker season 2, they should just have like Peacemaker subtitle. Like, I think it should be a different show. It's a season 1 of a new show.
Huh. The only thing that needs to get retroactively is one scene from that show.
The one where it has, I guess, spoilers for Peacemaker, some of the Justice League in it.
Yeah. But you never see their faces.
I also think, are they not enough in the darkness that you could be... It doesn't matter that much. But, they have to then keep the events, which I think they have done. They kept all the events from the Suicide Squad films in this universe.
I imagine so. Well, yes. There was a show prior to this called Creature Commandos that started this universe off. I can't remember if
we
ever
talked about it, I think.
We did.
Like, it would have been one of the earliest episodes on this podcast. How great is this? We've got to that point where we don't know what the fuck we've spoken about on the podcast.
Crazy. But they do reference the Suicide Squad in that show.
It's funny though, because as soon as you connect back to one thing, then that connects back to another, and then you have like all these threads going back, and you can't choose to just chop it somewhere. You have to like chop all those threads at different points.
I think you can easily chop and go the Suicide Squad, but then this is what's weird. It's like, so Harley Quinn is probably going to be a character you want to do at some point.
Yeah.
So you get Margot Robbie back, like...
That's what I'm saying. So like, if you go back, if you want Harley Quinn and you have Peacemaker, do you make a new Harley Quinn, or do you keep the one that we had? That was great. And then if you do, then that kind like loosely implies that those versions of Suicide Squad existed, which implies the first ones did. She gets captured by Ben Affleck's Batman at the start of the first Suicide Squad film.
You're right.
So like, you have to just choose what things you cut out.
I mean, you could just say the Suicide Squad as a start, and they randomly just cast the same people, like their histories aren't. I don't know. I am interested to see this universe moving forward, how he handles that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is what's weird, is that this movie, it is the start of a universe, and it isn't really just like a solo Superman story. He's establishing all this stuff. So he clearly is invested in starting this universe, like wanting to have things be interconnected and stuff. Which is an odd choice, considering, like you're saying, like what are you pulling forward and leaving behind and all that.
Yeah. You made a good point of Creature Commandos was the first thing in this universe.
Yeah.
Which people probably do not know.
Especially the UK.
Yeah, in the UK it's not distributed anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it is a really odd choice.
So do I.
I think it would have maybe been better just to start with Superman and then do that afterwards. I guess it doesn't matter, like, really, because it has no effect.
Rick Flag is the one character that kind of does matter.
How does this character change in that show that influences this one?
I think just his experiences with Task Force M is pushing him towards being perhaps more villainous, or like wanting to be stricter about metahumans and stuff. Because, I mean, James Gunn spoke about this. He's a hero in that show. In this movie, he's slightly like an anti-hero. He's some sort of like antagonistic in a way. And then in Peacemaker season 2, he's the villain of that show.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, it's gonna be anti-hero because he, in this film, does things reluctantly.
Yes, yeah.
And I'd imagine, even though he will be the villain of Peacemaker season 2, it will be, layered.
I imagine so. Yeah, it's not just gonna be like, I'm evil.
I am the best. It's not gonna be
Speaking
Wanda.
of I'm evil.
Yeah, good segue.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I think I saw a review for Lex that was like, it's nice to have someone who is just evil for the sake of being evil, which is funny because we normally talk about villains being good because they've been fleshed out and have like an interesting backstory that leads them that way.
Yeah.
But just having someone who their brain is just like wired to be that way. Lex openly talks about his level of envy in this film and how that just kind of produces the actions that he takes. And yeah, no, I think it is interesting to just have someone who is just deeply an asshole.
I didn't love him.
Really?
Yeah. And there's so much praise for him that I'm like, again, it's one of these things I want to rewatch. I don't think he's given all that much.
I think he is at the end.
Yeah. We'll talk about that spoiler-wise.
Okay.
There's
a lot towards the start and the middle, I guess, where there's not much for him to give, if that makes sense.
I do think this has been getting criticisms about how bloated it is. I think it's incredibly bloated. I mean, this was a fear when like the first trailer came out that people were like, "What? If there's all these characters and all this stuff, I think stuff's going to get muddled." I think all of that's true. I think I don't think it's as complicated as people are saying. Like, oh, there's all these storylines and stuff. I just think it's quite streamlined.
I see what you're saying now. Because I don't personally feel like it was. I feel it's a little bloated, only because it's a 2-hour runtime.
Yeah.
And it felt longer than 2 hours for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. It's bloated, but not complicated.
Yes.
There's a lot, but it's easy to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to follow at all. And that is impressive in its own right, considering it's like he's got a pocket dimension and there's dimensional rifts and like XYZ spoiler shit. But like it's not hard to follow. I just think that stuff feels a little thin because you are trying to do so much. Like, there's aspects of movies I really, really like that we just don't get enough of, I feel like. I really enjoy Superman in this. I think David Cornsweet is the best person to play Superman. Easy. His performance in this is brilliant. I think it's half the reason this movie works. Like you say, he's kind of like dim a little, but then like dorky, and he isn't he's Boy Scouty, but he still has like anger and feelings, which I think is like so cool. You can be earnest and so kind, but still get like riled up about how the world is. And I honestly think it's a perfect reflection of like the power of kindness, now about like growing frustrations with the way that the world is and who's on top and whatever, but still having to act from a good place. I think they captured his character so beautifully, and especially his performance. I thought he was wonderful, but I could have done with more of him. Weirdly, like
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah,
Maybe that's because of how much like fighting there is in the. I feel like there is
Very
a lot of
action-heavy,
action in this film. But then having Superman be a big talker, I guess, is in that character very much him having a long conversation about anything that has any depth.
My favorite scene in the movie is the interview scene. It's where it's just him and Lois are talking. I think that's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, that is a good scene.
Yeah,
To be fair, I have said that, and then they have like another scene later on as well, which is in like his apartment.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Great scene as well.
Also a great scene.
I wish there was more of those two because they have. My God, do they have chemistry together as well? I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm intruding. And I love her. I think she's established herself so quickly. She isn't given a ton in this as well. I think by nature of.
I think she takes the scenes that she's in though.
She what?
Takes the scenes. Like she has the reins in the scenes that she's in. I think
absolutely.
I think her performance is very good.
Yep, I agree. But I feel like genuinely consider this, but so many cast members wish I got more of her. Actually, I say that about everybody. Like, the Justice Gang are fine,
but they're not in it much.
I mean, Guy Gardner's fine. They established him as like haha goofy guy. Hot Girl doesn't get much at all. Sorry, I'm just realised I don't want to veer into spoilers with stuff. I was going to say something about her. But Mr. Terrific, stand out the movie. What a guy!
He has a lot of good like comedy. I think. Here's the thing in the film.
Okay.
Because you made the point of being very James Gunnsy. James Gunny?
Gunsy.
James Gunnsy.
James Gunsy.
That's his call name.
Pete Mitchell.
It's Gunsy.
James Gunsy.
There's some really funny scenes and there's some really fall flat comedy.
Yep.
The scene that I think the joke is dreadful is the garage door opening.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It goes on for so long though that I was like, huh.
Like as soon as they walked up to the door, I knew what was happening.
I
was like, there's got to be a funnier way of doing this joke.
Yeah.
This joke is as old as time itself.
Yep.
Can we move on, please?
I do respect, again, it's what we're saying, it's a James Gunn movie through and through. I respect that he has committed in all of his scripts to be like, I am just throwing comedy at the wall. 80% of it will land. There's going to be a bit of it that just doesn't. But do you know what? So much of it does. Wait, really?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of bad humor in the film.
Some people were really laughing. And
There
was, my God.
There was a dad somewhere who was laughing for the rest of the cinema.
There's one scene, which we'll get into in spoilers, that I found funny. He found fucking hilarious, and then I'm laughing at him.
Yeah, I think that did happen. I think people started laughing at it, because laughter is contagious. Like
not at him, like with him.
I think the good comedy is like not when the scene gets set up for comedy, but like when it undercuts a moment. So you have like, this is not a spoiler because it's out of context. Like Super Shit.
Yeah.
It's like really funny.
Yes.
And it just happens.
It's really funny. I think because of his performance. I don't think that's funny on paper.
Oh, sure.
He like, it's the way David Cornswet just like switches up on a dime. Like, really, really funny.
Yeah.
Because I also think, Samuel, I don't think that's a joke that he would laugh at either. Mm-hmm. He was howling at that joke.
Yeah.
Well done, David Cornswet. Well done. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just interested enough in this universe, and that's kind of all I wanted from this. I just left feeling like I wanted more.
Yeah, I had the same thing, where I felt like I missed something.
I also think that is like a major issue with this as a script. two things. The first thing is I don't think the first 20 minutes or so of this is good. I like the intro, the like title cards and the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
But there's a bit where it's just like every line is expository, and it was doing my nut in.
Yeah, so it's probably some of the most heavy-handed exposition I've ever seen.
Jesus, yeah.
It didn't bother me that much, purely because I was like, I guess they're just doing this because this is the first film and there's probably children like...
Not even children. I mean, if you don't know the universe.
Yeah, but because they weren't doing the storyline of like, these are all the beats that Superman takes to get here, they just talk you through it.
Yes.
For better or for worse.
I'm going to go 3 parts for this problem. That then persists its way through the script. I think there's a lot of tell don't show in this, which I don't think is always a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't love how it appears in this movie all the time. Like, I think people are very aware that the reason that Superman is so special is because he is an alien, but actually his greatest power isn't his strength or his heat vision or whatever, it's his heart, and like that's came through like nurture through his parents and blah blah blah, all that stuff. I don't think I particularly needed... Oh no, that's a spoiler. Nip that in the bud.
Write that down somewhere. Write it down.
The other issues, I just don't think any character goes on any sort of journey through this. There's no arc for any character.
At all?
No. I mean, Lex still stays where he is. Superman doesn't really learn anything.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I think at the start of this film, Superman is... The way that he's functioning is he's doing what he's doing because he thinks that he was sent here to do that by his parents.
Oh, I guess.
And then he sits and has a conversation with someone that kind of reframes his thinking on that. So for the rest of the film, he has a different mindset around.
Okay, fair.
Because I was thinking about this morning where I had the same question. I was like, did anyone actually go on a journey in this film?
Yeah. And
I do think they did do that with
fair.
him.
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better about that. This feels like an actual way to go into spoilers.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to briefly touch on, just because we have disagreements a little bit over how the film looks.
Yes and no. I don't know if we will.
Probably not. It's the same thing of like, it's just a language barrier. We probably mean the same thing. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, I didn't think it looked all that great. I thought a lot of the CGI was shabby, but don't mind it that much because it's a very cartoony film, a very comic booky film. So it kind of matches everything that's going on. I'm not going to listen to anyone behind the scenes that goes, oh, that was a choice. I think it takes time to make shots look good in terms of CGI, for example. And the studios are spread thin, and this film had a pretty quick turnaround from what I can remember. So like, those are all the reasons for it. It's not because like they've decided to make it look like that, because things can look cartoony but also not look like Play-Doh.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's a cinematography.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where like this feels like a cartoon, but I mean that in a positive way, I guess. To me, the CGI isn't bad because when it's bad in other movies, to me it's like it's out of place. For example, we just reviewed Jurassic Far, whatever the fuck, and that is like, oh my god, you're not there. That cliff isn't real. None of this is real. Here it's like, I don't know, everything has that like cartoony gloss to it that it doesn't look not real to me in that world.
Yeah, so I guess the difference between those films is that in Jurassic World there's a lot of like the characters are on like the green screen, right?
Yes.
And so it's the compositing that looks weird, and it looks like they're not there. And then when it comes to Superman, I think a lot of it is like Uncanny Valley, where everything looks just a little bit off. but it's like a completely 3D, like a completely CGI space. So within the shot, everything fits.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt okay to me. Like I was never watching it and being like, ooh. There's a few character models at points where like humans look like.
It's probably the most I'm focusing on is that in my mind.
Never did I find that with him though. Like David Cornsweet.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, but I think a positive is they do enough where like he's far enough away from the camera, moving very quickly, and the focus is never on his face in like the scenes like that. So it's never something that is going to bother you that much.
Is this the best that this has looked though? Like this particular way of shooting flying and like this sort of character? Because I mean, what other superheroes have we had where like the action is this dynamic and this fast and this in the air? Like
Iron Man?
Yeah, but then that's not a human. Like it's
You mean he's in a suit?
It's a suit.
So I see your.
Do you know what I mean? Like this looks way better than Black Adam. Then I'm trying to think of all the shots that we've had of like people fly.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, it looks better than Man of Steel.
All right.
My God.
Does it really?
Yes.
I
don't know. Like, there's not many other Marvel characters that are like that. Like fly. I mean, Vision looks pretty good.
Yeah, fighting in the air.
But
I don't know.
Falcon looks good.
What I think one of the scenes that does look kind of gross, and it's the thing of like, oh, we just have the technology, so just like throw everything in. Is how I felt. Is the the river. Yeah. All of that was giving very like opening. Looks better. Opening scene to like Multiverse of Madness.
Okay. Yeah.
Same kind of realm of.
I think that's it. It's like these are so heavy CGI environments. The amount of CGI in this movie is absurd.
Yeah.
And I think for the amount that's used, I was quite impressed at how it looked.
I think in my mind, it's maybe like, oh, they could choose to shoot it in a way that isn't like, I guess the crazy floaty cam that means that you can do all that in the environment, or choose to have it so that the tension comes from like another scene as opposed to that one that we got. Because that same place with the river, like you are in that environment for a while, and I think it looks pretty good. But they go to the point where they're like, we need to raise the stakes, and then that's where you have the crazy CGI fest. Yeah. I don't know how to fix it. It's just,
Preference as well.
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, would you recommend it before we go into the spoilers?
I was thinking about this. I recommended it to my dad.
Yeah. Because
he likes DC and he likes superhero films and things. In terms of like the average, maybe not the average person. I was thinking about my colleagues, our mutual friends.
Yes.
I probably will not recommend this to them. I said I'd let them know what I think about it. And because I do think it's a good film, but I don't know if they'll get anything from it.
Sure.
So if you are a family, go see it.
Wow.
And if you like superhero movies, go see it. I think if you're a grown up at this point and you kind of can't be bothered with superhero films and things, then maybe this film isn't for you.
Weird that this was getting such like, this is like something brand new that we've never seen. I guess the thing that is brand new is like this is more comic booky than any of them. Marvel, for like, it sounds weird saying this, but is so grounded in reality. I mean, James Gunn spoke about this. Like, Marvel's interesting because it's like New York, and this theoretically could happen. This is Metropolis, and metahumans have been around for this long, and it's a completely different world that you're investing into. I'd recommend this as a blockbuster. We'll see how Fantastic Four goes, but
it might be the one of the summer. Yeah.
My God, please go see this over dinosaur catastrophe movie. Because at least this has logic to it. And I had a smile on my face. I actually would recommend this because it's joy. It's like joy encapsulated. I've seen a lot of like rhetoric about this. It's like, yeah, I know this has XYZ issues, but it made me feel like happy, and this is like the character that I love. Like they've managed to put him on screen in a phenomenal way. So
yeah, it's a happy-go-lucky film. I think to my point at the start, like maybe I was expecting something a little bit more, maybe not the right film to do it.
No,
like it's the starting one.
I think this is what this needs to be.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I listened to another podcast that said this, but they were like, "Can you imagine if this universe started off with like The Dark Knight, and then everything goes, oh, we got another movie, but it's not The Dark Knight, but you're constantly comparing it to Superman," which I thought was a really interesting point.
I hope the tone, because James Gunn isn't doing all the films.
Yep.
I want to see the tones of these films go all over the place.
I already think this next movie is gonna be completely different.
What was the next one?
I don't want to say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go into spoilers.
Yeah,
then.
we're going into spoilers. I would recommend this.
I would mostly recommend it.
Yeah, I feel like you know what you're going for. This isn't gonna be like. I actually hate saying that because there is part of me that's like, but this could have been.
Yeah. So I don't want to be like, definitely go see this. Probably go see it.
Yeah.
If you think you'll like this film, you'll probably like this film.
Yeah. Cool. Spoilers now.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Is that the next film?
It'll be Supergirl or Clayface. I imagine it's Supergirl because that's
I thought
that
Clayface
filming.
was a show.
No, Clayface is a movie.
That's cool.
So, Clayface and Supergirl next year. Apparently they're going to do two... they're going to do two movies. One animated show or two animated shows. And then multiple shows a year.
Right.
That
seems like a lot.
It is. Yeah.
We've been here before.
But yeah, Supergirl feels such a different character. It's nuts.
So I guess because it's a spoiler discussion.
Yeah, if you
Supergirl.
Yeah, she appears. I guess if people are listening to this and haven't watched it,
I love that when she shows up, for some reason she's just wearing a jacket.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make
and her suit.
Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense for her to have the jacket on. Why does she have the jacket?
It's cold.
But like he's probably cold as well, right?
Yeah, but she's just came from like. But remember, her body's still like drunk, so she probably can feel it.
She can't heat up like fast enough. Yeah. She's a weekend to the cold.
That also, this was the scene that the guy was laughing at that I thought was hilarious, where Krypto attacks her and just keeps bashing her head.
What is that actress from?
Millie Alcock. She played young Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragon. I'm unbelievably excited for her because I think she's the best part of that first season. Mm-hmm. I thought she was phenomenal in that show. So
well, that's exciting.
Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah.
And I love their dynamic already, where it's like, yeah, she's drunk. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I love how he's like perfect in terms of like his morality.
Yep.
And then you just have like shit show over there.
Because it kind of feels real to real life with your family. You're like, oh, my cousin's over there.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with her.
Same.
Just jumping around with the Clayface thing.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be like a Clayface reveal in this movie.
Mm.
Because they straight up murder someone. In the pocket dimension, like that guy that helped Superman out. And I thought like Lex is evil, but is he evil enough to pull some random guy off the street and just shoot him?
Yeah.
And I guess he is. I guess we've established that now. But I was like, I mean honestly, maybe hide suspicion, or just because I'm not gonna kill some random person off the street. Like maybe he would just go, oh, I'll like get Clayface and just shoot him.
Do you remember what happened to Clayface?
What do you mean?
So he's in Creature Commandos.
Oh, is he not? I don't remember what happens to him in that film. In that show.
Clayface is dead.
But how is he gonna have a?
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, so say he's not dead, and then because it seemed like they were gonna have a rotation of people, I just assumed Clayface was gonna be all of those people.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not what happened. He's just straight up evil.
Yeah.
Going back to Lex and that kind of stuff, I want to bring up a point that I think is really interesting. He isn't Musk or insert evil billionaire that exists in our world at the moment, but I feel like you can map a lot of them onto him.
Yeah.
What I liked is that he has a room full of people and they are devoted to him, because I feel like that is just how life is working at the moment. There's these delusional ass people that are treated like dirt that still worship this man's like every move, which I really enjoyed. The part that I was getting at earlier with the writing, I don't know how to feel about the resolution of this movie, where it's like Lex gives a monologue that I thought was okay, and then like Superman goes, and I'm human, and this is the theme of the movie, and here's why human stuff.
I think that's so in character for him, though.
Okay. You might have let Brett Trackley me okay with that.
Because, yeah, it's like, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But almost all of his lines are stupid.
Yeah, no, fair. From a writing perspective, it's like, oh, why? But actually, with him as a character, also with you saying, obviously the thing that makes him realize, the thing that's changed in this movie is his parents, apparently they were just going with this, send him there to enslave.
Yeah, so
Earth.
shocked by that.
Yeah, really shocked.
Um,
Fully thought it was going to be a manipulate, like the engineer had like encoded it.
yeah.
Nope. But interesting decision, because then it just furthers the point of like what makes him super is his heart and stuff. And you saying that the scene that makes him realize that is
With
obviously
his
the scene with his dad.
Yeah.
I think that up there with the interview scene of like being some of the best scenes in the movie.
Which unfortunately there's so few of them.
I think this movie needed to slow down a little.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because when it did, I think it really shone. Because it's so rapid in other areas.
Yeah, I do think that's the problem. I think you said it was bitty, and like
Yes.
it's like one scene of sort of action, and then the next scene of sort of action, and it's all moving along. It's never treading water, but you want it to not tread water, but like sit in places at times,
Totally.
and I guess hear from people,
Yeah.
and not just for comedy.
No. And it's weird because I feel like when people think about James Gunn as director, they will go immediately to comedy or whatever. But when I think of the Guardians trilogy, I think that is so much heart to it. Like,
He does like emotional beats so well.
Yep.
In those films.
props to him as a director though, because I think this is maybe his weakest superhero project, and I still think it's good. Oh, he's thinking.
I think it's in the bottom half because I think I still like Guardians 2 less than this.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But
You don't like when the daddies are planning.
I think just for that film, like it still tackles like the emotion quite well. Guardians 2.
Yep.
And like one in the opening to 1,
Yeah.
and then like all of the Rocket Raccoon stuff in 3. Excellent.
Yeah. Guardians 2 though has so much with Nebula and Gamora. Also, Guardians 2 is gorgeous. I think it's such an underrated comic movie for how beautiful it is.
So funny. I think in my mind I just see CGI Fest again.
No, there's a particular shot I'm thinking of that's stunning.
I think that's the first Marvel project where they started putting effort into adding colour.
Oh yeah, it's really colourful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is actually a criticism that I kind of have of this film.
No.
Which is that it's somehow colourful and doesn't
Yeah.
pop
Oh.
in scenes.
Oh.
So like there's like scenes towards the end of the film in insert country name here that I can't remember,
Yep.
and it's like the Justice Gang are walking through a crowd of people, and I feel like they should all really stand out in that scene, but they somehow don't, and they're all wearing like ridiculous sort of colourful costumes, and I feel like maybe it's just everything's quite vibrant across the board, and the colour grading needs to just be changed up like just a little bit
Yeah, okay.
for those characters to like.
Yeah, fair, because you have a character like Green Lantern and it doesn't really pop, and his whole thing is green.
Yeah, granted, a lot of his outfit is white, I guess, but you know,
Oh, so you mean their costumes?
just them in general. I feel like they should. stand out in a scene.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I'm thinking about them and that crowd of people, and maybe it's because they're surrounded by people and they're not just in a landscape or whatever. But then you go to a muted film like Avengers, like the Avengers or Avengers Assemble in the UK, and there's that scene where they're like rotating around them in the Battle of New York, and even though their colors are muted as well, they're in a grey concrete jungle and they pop.
Yeah,
like the Hulk
okay.
and Iron Man and things pop.
I think that is because the environments in this
Are also colourful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the environment there specifically is desert, but it's not like grey muted, like tingy yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah. So I
desert.
think that's a choice.
It certainly is a choice, and to be honest, I am more of a fan that this looks visually different. That this is like, oh, that's a comic book panel where somebody has just threw color at the page, than like this being yet another iteration of like a grey muted palette where like there's something visually
let's
going
not go
on.
back to that.
No,
I just need some color grading
Like a
to go in and
balance.
be like doo-doo-doo.
fair. Jaranapur is the country.
All right.
Also, when I looked that up, one of the first articles that's come up is Superman is super woke. How politics play into the new Man of Steel. I would just like to get something out of the way. If people cannot watch a movie like this and understand that it has parallels to what's going on in our world, and that maybe what people are doing in our world are wrong, like maybe movies aren't for you. I'm growing so like pissed off at this, the way that like media is reported now. By the by. Anyway, back to the Justice guy. Interesting decision that I think. Well, a few things I want to talk about with them. Is that a setup for the Justice League, and they're going to sort out their name eventually?
I think so, because they're in the Hall of Justice.
Hall of Justice, yeah.
But because I had the same thought of like, oh, they're separate. Superman will make his own group.
Yep.
But then they have the building, which means that he must end up joining them, and then somehow there's a change up.
Which is weird because they're owned. The Justice Gang are owned by Maxwell Lord.
Yeah.
So, and maybe it will be that Superman joins his own thing. There's like a battle or something. Like, I mean, that'd be interesting. You have like a Civil War kind of thing.
Yeah, they lose the building and then they get the building.
They get the building, yeah.
I wonder how long it'll take us to get the Justice League.
He confirmed that what he wants to do is set up all the major players and then combine them in a Justice League movie.
Yeah, so it could be like 7 years away. Don't know why I put that number on it. There's like 6 or 7 members of the Justice League, right?
6?
Core.
6.
I swear Zack Snyder's thing was Unite the 7. I can't remember why. It's like a Cyborg was there.
No, he's part of the 6.
Well, it's
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman.
Is it not Green Lantern? Aquaman?
You would normally have a Green Lantern.
I think Cyberman.
Cyberman.
I think Cyborg is more, or like he's like Teen Titans as well.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Which is why it.
Oh, they'll shove him in the Teen Titans.
I think Martian Manhunter is also a more core member than. I don't think Cyborg is a core member of the Justice League.
Or depends on the iteration. There's been bloody.
I guess.
Yeah. Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, I liked that their whole thing was that they just kill people, and we brought this up yesterday. Hawkgirl isn't used that much. However, the one thing she does is kill the president of a country.
Yeah. That's gonna have repercussions, and if it doesn't, it's weird.
Yeah. I am hopeful that this is going to be a universe that deals with repercussions, though.
Yeah.
It's the major thing that annoys me about the MCU is that we have stuff that happens and nothing. There's no repercussions.
Do you mean no repercussions or no follow up?
Repercussions. There's no repercussions to the blip.
Oh.
And that is like the single biggest, I think, cinematic.
No, there is. They just kind of like was
Played for comedy for 5 minutes and.
No, the whole of the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the Winter Soldier Falcon show, is a follow up to the blip.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's good, but it happens.
Yeah, but also like a random show. I don't know. It should have been more.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway. So she was fine. I wanted Mr. Terrific though.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's so good.
We when we started with the 3 of them, I was like, I'm not interested in like any of these 3 characters. And then, as soon as he like decides to I guess, just do more in the film, I think you kind of fall in love with that character.
Totally.
Yeah.
He manages to play, I should say he's comedic, but he doesn't feel like James Gunn comedy.
He's very straight-laced.
Yeah, and he plays it so well. Like, he finds the line that makes him feel real, but also funny. Mm-hmm. Also, never did think that fucking T-spheres would be cool. But he's doing his little, like, hand movements. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Is it cool, Jack?
Yes. He has the best fight scene in the movie.
Yeah, he does. I don't think it ever looks cool.
Oh, come on.
Him, like, fighting looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if the spheres ever look cool.
Boom. It very much felt like a yondu, but with a ball.
I still, the fighting was good, but I think, yeah, like you said, like I think Guardians outshines this in just about every way, which is so unfortunate.
Also hilarious that the Guardians of the Galaxy is somehow
literal, like, unknowns before that film.
Again, I don't know if they trimmed this. I can't think of ways to, like, improve this without changing it. Like, if you kept this down to more of a core cast and learned about them, be interesting. I want to see more of the Daily Planet. Like, so much more. That was I think I'm more invested in them than the Justice Gang. I'm like, this feels cool, this building. Like, we really didn't get much in the Daily Planet.
I was never, like, all that thrilled with what was going on in there, to be fair, though. Because
Really?
It's just Lois and Jimmy that are interesting
Jimmy's
in those scenes.
great.
You have, like, I think what's Boss Man called?
Perry White.
And he was Lawrence Fishburne in the other Daily Planet in
Yes.
And then you have Cat Grant.
Yep.
And then you have other two characters. I think one of them doesn't have lines, the other one is just, like, crying in the background a lot of the time.
You have Sportsman, and I don't even know the other person.
Yeah, because they all get into the aircraft.
Do you feel like something was cut there?
Maybe
because it's
that
like,
character doesn't get to speak, and the Sportsman is just a bully for a little. The Sportsman is Flash from in Spider-Man. Yeah.
I mean, though, like, them as a squad. Because you have the bit where they get onto the T-craft or whatever. You have that comedy bit which made me laugh. Where, like, it's tipping over the edge and they're all like, oh, it's okay. It shoots up.
That
I fucking loved it.
That's so generic. That just had me.
I know. But then they're just, like, writing an article. And they publish the article.
Yeah, maybe. It's just there to move the plot along, I guess. And so maybe they cut a scene, or maybe they just didn't decide to put any more into it.
I guess, yeah, because the threat is this dimensional rift. If they're in a thing that's floating, the threat isn't really gonna get them. Like,
I think one of the things about this film is it never felt like there were any stakes.
I agree.
Yeah. Which is funny, because if you have a dimensional rift opening up that can, like, swallow people, you'd think there'd be stakes. But obviously, in a superhero film, you already suspend your disbelief. Or that'd be the opposite, you'd be invested. But, like, in suspending that disbelief, because it is a superhero movie, and it's someone like Superman who's, like, all-powerful, you expect everyone to be okay.
Yeah.
And so you do. There's never...
There's no tension.
Yeah, there's never a point where you think anyone is going to die, for example. Which is... I don't know how you do that in the first film in a series of superhero films.
I will say it did shock me when Lex Luthor shot that guy, though.
Oh, just how quick it was?
Because you're also not expecting that.
I did think he was going to die, but because I thought it was going to be Clayface.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
you were thinking so many levels ahead.
Or behind. Oh, Clayface is dead.
Nice Peacemaker cameo.
Yeah, that was good.
Brilliant. It was utilised perfectly.
And they let it linger. They let the audio linger for long enough as well.
Yep.
Oh, they're all jealous of me because none of them are as jacked as I am. It's great. John Cena's really good.
He's underrated actor.
Yeah, I
All
think
of
so.
these like wrestlers turned him and Dave Bautista.
Yeah. Especially Dave Bautista.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to get another role. I imagine
been that long,
Gunn'll cast him in
Gunn'll?
the DCU.
James Gunn and Pete Mitchell.
Pete Mitchell's just gonna keep coming
Yeah.
back. No, yeah, he's said that he has written some parts for the Guardians. I think he specifically said Karen Gillan, which I'm like, yes, give me more of my Scottish Queen.
Yeah. We need a Scottish Queen in the DC.
Yeah.
You.
My God, her as Wonder Woman,
Oh my, imagine a ginger Wonder Woman.
Ginger Wonder Woman.
God. Super woke.
Hiya, it's me, Wonder Woman.
I'm for the Isle of Scotland.
Themerskera Island.
Yeah, what, so they just make her brave?
Oh my God, Themerskera should exist in the Scottish Highlands.
Why?
We're warrior women. I just think it would work.
Alright.
Skirting past that.
I feel like we just derailed wherever.
Oh
we
yeah,
were.
I'm so sorry. We were on Peacemaker. Love that scene. Great payoff to the first image that they released of Superman as well. Don't know if you remember where he's like doing up his boots and that alien thing is attacking in the background.
Oh,
and everybody's like, why is he just like doing up his suit? Like the alien's already there. Yeah, he's not even fighting it.
Yeah. Funny that he just knows what it is.
Yeah, it's an interdimensional being.
He calls it an interdimensional imp or a space imp or something.
Yeah.
That got a lot of laughs from that guy, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the lighting in that scene as well. Where you can like see like Green Lanterns obviously attacking that's showing in his face.
Yeah, I think that's one of those scenes that looks nicer.
Looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
The chemistry between those two as well. Every single scene. It's hot chemistry as well. It's not like romantic. They're gonna jump each other's bones.
I don't know if I felt that so much.
No.
Yeah.
In the first scene where like she just walks into her apartment.
Oh, I
and
mean,
they just
do
start.
jump each other's bones.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call that chemistry as much as it just like is shown on screen. If
God,
that
I
makes
thought
sense.
they had so much chemistry.
I do think they have chemistry, but I don't think it was. I think I was expecting them to like fuck any moment now.
Sorry. Neither did I, just to be clear. Different movie.
You said jump each other's bones.
Yeah, in a 12 sense.
Alright.
Implied fucking.
Implied fucking.
Also, as somebody who's just watched like 10 Superman movies,
Yeah.
they have the most chemistry.
Fair enough.
by far.
Fair enough.
Jimmy Olsen. What a great storyline he went on.
I love Jimmy Olsen's stuff.
So do I. This like womanizer that doesn't know it.
Does Jimmy Olsen get anything in the originals? Is he like in the other Superman films that much?
Yes, so he's in Christopher Reeve, and they kind of imply that he's like his best friend. They never show it, and then in Superman 3 they go on like a little trip together, and he's actively annoyed by him the entire time.
What, Superman's annoyed Jimmy Olsen?
Yep.
For what?
Being annoying, just like talking. They do not do his character justice whatsoever. And then in not Man of Steel, in BVS, then
I
he's
remember
just
this.
there.
Does he not die?
No?
I'm making that up.
Maybe?
He's part. Him and Lois are reporting in like another country at the start or something.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I took that as not being Jimmy Olsen. Why did I think it wasn't? Because he was like planted there? But no, you're right.
Yeah, he dies.
Why did there was a... On rewatching, there was a reason that I thought that wasn't him.
Right, I'm gonna ruin my fit now.
Oh no.
This is my Clark Kent working from home fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clark Kent's on a Zoom call
This
now.
is Clark Kent through COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
much nicer. It's so fucking hot in
Yeah,
here.
it's so hot. Score, fantastic.
Yeah, score was great. They don't need to ever change that music.
No, and they like electrified it and made it something different that just felt in line with this world. I thought it was really well done.
Yep.
So congrats to them.
The music throughout this film is very good.
Yeah, totally. Throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, James Gunn does needle drops well. which is obviously the soundtrack was good too, but James Gunn is a very like needle drop person, and like having watched all of the Guardians films and the Scooby Doo's, I guess I feel like there is a lot of funky music in that. Probably not music that exists in the real world, but like there's a lot of like tunes. There's tunes. Especially coming like I feel like I've spoken about this film more than it deserves. But see, like Karate Kid Legends.
Oh my god! Yeah,
With the 10 needle drops that just like don't fit in any scene.
It's impressive when it does it right.
It hits, yeah.
The Bear does this so well. The Bear, I don't know if you like when you watch it, you realize like a lot of it is scored by needle drops. It just fits so well. The music supervisor on that show is phenomenal. Anyway, the music in this was also good. Yeah. Very few needle drops for a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, not that many. Probably 2. 3.
I think there was like 4 songs I think in total used.
Right. Because we saw it at the end.
At the end,
yeah.
But well done.
Yeah.
Post credits. Tell me credits. What did you think of the post credit scenes?
I like them.
Yeah.
They did like. Remember how we were sitting there and I was like, what are they going to be? They probably shouldn't be set up.
Yeah.
Because that's like the corporate side of things. And they didn't make them set up. It was just fun.
I'm glad the Supergirl setup, if you could even call it that, was in the movie.
Yeah.
It just makes it feel lived in the world instead of like, here's us corporations setting up our next movie. I honestly thought the second post credit was going to be a setup because Mr. Terrific was like, if you create an interdimensional rift and it's even a nanometer off, it's a black hole. And then they've like shifted the universe by like...
The thing is as well, I'm sitting there like watching that scene being like, how does this work? Because the rift is like a cut in the earth.
Yeah.
But it's not like the whole earth has been shifted. It's just the parts that were...
It's just that rift. Cut. Yeah.
So it's literally just like... Does that mean there's like a tiny slit of like a hole over?
All of Metropolis is just like...
There's like a tiny crack that's running along the ocean somewhere, like...
And that activates Aquaman.
That's what brings out Atlantis. They're from the Pocket Universe. God, Atlantis is... Aquaman's going to be so goofy in this series.
So excited.
In his like orange.
Yeah, give him the orange and the green Speedos. Give it.
Oh no. Oh yeah. No.
Oh yeah. It's cool though. It feels like this is a world that all that could be going on.
Yeah.
You just like it just feels like it could exist.
Yeah, everything's established.
Yeah. What a cool guy, James Gunn.
Yeah, thanks for bringing like a fun superhero movie that doesn't make you walk out going like that was a mess or that was boring or none of the questions were answered. Why is there more set up than...
I just think this film had to do 2 things. It had to set up the universe and it had to nail his character, and I think he did both.
Yep.
So, also Crypto, MVP.
Because of the end of the film?
I don't know, I just fucking love that dog.
Yeah, Crypto was cool.
Easy. It's a very easy win to put like the cutest dog you've ever seen. Like, and anytime it's like, Crypto, and he's like, huh? You're like, oh.
It's a great impression.
Thank you.
No, I went home to my dog and I was like, little Crypto.
Did you actually?
No, I didn't say that to the dog. But like, but
the dog's like, that's not my name.
She does give those vibes of like...
Could be up a mother.
Probably could. But like, you can get her to sit and like follow, and she's like actually more obedient than the last dog that we had, in those terms, because huskies are a bit like fucking wired, which is why I'm also like saying that she's a bit like Crypto, because she is just so excitable. Like you'll come home and she'll like try and jump up on you and stuff, and you're like, no, stop, but like that gets her more like excited. For like perfect characterization of a dog. Good job,
James Gunn knows his dogs. I feel good about this movie. I'm definitely going to see this again though. It's like...
I'll probably go with my dad.
Fun. It's weird. Do you know when the talk about being bloated? I just think there was a lot going on that it's like hard to absorb all of that in a single viewing. Like just like shit thrown at you.
Yeah. I think the scenes are enough. It's like bloated, but not like... I don't think they're giving you too much information or anything.
Do you know what? Not bloated, stuffed. I think that's a better word.
I think. No, because stuffed is like a space that's too much in it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what this film is.
Yep.
I was going to say, but bloated is like where it's just stretched
It's
a little bit.
overspilling.
And I also do feel like it's bloated because I felt like it was longer than what it was.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that's bloated.
Yeah. Anyway, except for the DCU, get hyped.
Get hyped. I guess it's question time.
That's question time. God, I love questions.
All right. Let's see. Okay, we're back on form. This is like a...
Michael Rooker's in this movie?
Who's Michael Rooker?
Oh, he plays one of the Superman robots. Yondu.
Oh. I think it's Alan Tudyk that plays number 4, right?
Yeah, of course it is. He's got such a good voice.
Okay. Yeah, this is a 3-line long question. So,
Buckle up, boys.
which superpower is overused in films, and which one is underused, not used enough? Are there any superheroes who are so overpowered that it sort of ruins the film? If you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? And what would you want the plot of the film to be where you use it? You can use the powers for evil if you want. This is a fictional world after all. I hope.
There's so many parts to that. Wait, so
yeah,
the
okay,
first
so
part...
which superpower is overused in films and which one is underused?
Strength, I guess. Because it's just the default.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, like
It's
people...
quite boring.
People will like have a power.
Yeah.
For example, let's say like The Boys.
Yeah.
Where people will have a power and it's not super strength, but they also just have super
Yes.
strength because they're a superhero.
Yeah.
Underused?
I mean, a lot. Invisibility?
Shit though.
Yeah, I know. It's not cinematic.
Yeah. It's creepy.
However, Miss Fantastic, she do be serving face when she do it, so... I love the edits I see of her. It's genuinely like... Everybody else is like, "Whoa, all these big like... And then she's just there like... I don't know. We have had so much like superhero content that I feel like something to be underutilized is shape-shifting has
Time
been.
travel.
Is that really a superpower?
Yeah. If your superpower is manipulating time.
Oh, wow.
I used to watch the show Heroes back in the fucking 2000s now. And there was a guy in that, his name was Hiro. Hiro Nakamura. And he could manipulate time, but like in that show I think they made it evident that like people would like learn their abilities or like take longer sometimes. Mm-hmm. So his was like in the beginning he could just stop time. I think that's fun. I think like putting a limit on it is quite cool for that power specifically.
Yeah.
Like you could only stop time for like a second. I don't know how you would use that in a film though.
No, I don't know about this. Elemental stuff, I feel it could be used more.
Like fire and water and stuff.
That is the elements.
I just meant like what do you want to see more of? Because you have we're getting fucking the Human Torch.
Yeah. I want more.
You want water?
I want more.
Oh. Of the Human Torch?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Underused is quite a difficult one because it is a plethora of abilities. And then sometimes you could say something's underused, but it just might not be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, Wolverine's an interesting character because of the character, not because of his metal
Yes, totally.
claws.
Yeah.
Are there any superheroes who are so overpowered that it sort of ruins the film?
I mean, I would have said Superman, but I don't. They found him. He what I liked about this movie is gets his shit kicked out of him so much in this.
Yeah, I do think Superman's a good answer though, because like I said, like the tension is just like
that is it. Yeah.
Oh, not that that's exclusively a Superman thing, but
It's. I mean, they even say he's the most powerful metahuman in this universe.
yeah.
It's normally the most overpowered person that becomes less interesting. However, I don't think that's always the case. Homelander is a very interesting character.
Yeah, because the flaws are all like internal.
Yeah. God, The Boys, the last season of The Boys has so much ground to like to work with. If they really want to tell if they want to go really political, is it not sad that we live in a world where I think more people would look up to Homelander than would look up to Superman?
Yeah, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's one of those like Sigma characters in the Manosphere.
Yep. And this man is literally just kind.
Yeah.
Gosh, isn't that so rare now?
Horrible. If you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? And what would the plot of the film be where you use it?
My superpower is and forever always will be super speed.
And the plot of the film is...
I don't know. It's a rom-com.
Alright.
There we go.
That's not the plot, that's a genre.
Well, it's past lives, but I'm the Flash.
Alright, but Past Lives starts with characters getting split up,
Yeah.
right, over space.
Yeah.
And you have super speed, so you can just run to them.
Yeah. So actually, it defeats the purpose of the film.
Yeah.
Great.
Alright. Mine's would be... Well, I guess I'm interested in time and space. So I would be able to I'd be able to manipulate time and space. And the plot of the film, it would be a 2-minute film, and it would be me getting to work without traffic in the morning.
Nice. I thought you were going to say, and the plot of the film is actually going to be 13 series where I have a blue box and I take a random person.
How does that work? Do I just hold on to the blue box to make it travel in time and space?
Yes.
Right.
It's bigger on the inside. They walk in, it's not.
Mine's is really boring.
But you know what? Real.
Yeah.
That would be such a student short film. You get them ready for like a minute and a half. You get in the car and then just... Boop.
That's funny, actually.
It's quite funny.
It's like you could have like a really dramatic origin story of someone being able to travel in time and space, and then they just use it to get to work and every now and then.
I really like that. Fun.
You can use the powers for evil if you want. This is a fictional world after all. Sorry, I missed that part of the question.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I'd use it to get to work 5 minutes late. Screwing over the company.
Nice. I'm glad I'm not co-hosting with a Lex Luthor type over here.
Yeah.
Super speed is the best superpower though.
Why?
Easy. You can do so much with it. You can run fast. You can go back in time. You can like super think. You can super read. Like all these things.
The thing is, it's just a manipulation of time though, isn't it?
Kinda.
Yeah. So you could achieve the same thing.
Yeah, of course I could.
Yeah.
But I would also have to go through like Flashpoint shit.
Also, so you want all the turmoil that comes with you doing stuff.
No, thank you. I don't want to. This is gonna be such a niche reference nobody gets. I don't want to give birth to forces. In the Flash TV show.
You don't get to explain it.
No, I am, because it's just so funny. He gives birth to forces like anthropomorphications of
what are they, like
strength?
Yeah.
Time
is a force, I think. Yeah.
Something. Let's not touch that in this DCU.
Yeah. I mean, that only exists because of stretching a show.
Yes, truly.
Like, I'd imagine those forces don't exist in the comics.
Probably. You excited with the DCU going forward?
Yeah. I want to see a project that isn't in James Gunn's hands.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, because we've only seen James Gunn projects so far.
And then I'll make my mind up.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to see the Batman. Batman's like my favourite character. So...
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I freaking love Batman. So I want to see him dealt with.
Cool, and I like the route that they're going if they are sticking with what they announced, where it's like he's already got a Robin and it's Damian.
I think that's really interesting because, I mean, shit on the Zack Snyder ones and things. They at least had like the established thing again with Batman.
Yep.
And you had the Robin outfit in the case with like the graffiti, and you could see that he'd been through shit and he'd lost. I guess he would have been through, unless they just decided for some reason Zack Snyder just decided that it was one Robin and had the shit being out of him. He was the only one that existed. Like, it's cool when you have like history that already exists.
Yep.
So if we get to Damian and Nightwing exists, and you have like,
thank God,
Tim Drake as like Red Robin or something, like people going around doing their things in different cities, I think that's cool.
Do you mean Red Hood?
Oh no, there's Red Hood, that's Jason Todd. Then you have Red Robin as Tim Drake when he's like grown up, I guess. But I don't know if he's still under Batman's wing at that point, or if he's just like.
Oh, cool!
I'm pretty sure it's Red Robin.
So much DC shit, and I don't know Red Robin.
I think that's a thing. I'll fact check. Wait, I'll just look up.
I'll fact check later.
Yeah, Red Robin. Tim Drake.
Red Robin just comes up the bird.
Yeah, that's what was happening. Yeah, Tim Drake. Drake adopted the identity of Red Robin, which is after the events of Batman Battle for the Cowl in 2009. I think I'm aware of it because it was like a skin in like Arkham City or something. Yeah. That's his little. I'll just show this to you. That's his outfit.
Oh, it's quite anime.
Yeah, that probably is from from one of those animated films that looks a bit more anime probs.
Crazy that we'll be returning to this universe very soon as well. Peacemaker season 2.
When is that?
August.
That's cool. That was a good show.
Yeah, really good show.
It's actually been ages now.
Yeah.
That was I watched it in like the start of 2022. I don't know if that's when it came out.
I think it was 2022.
I was a little bit late to it though. I watched it because I was ill.
Oh,
I felt awful when I was watching it, but at least it made me feel a bit better.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good project, but it's as you say, it's another James Gunn project.
Sure.
Setting a baseline for this universe though, which is interesting to go like, here's what people can build off of.
Yeah. I also do think that's the one that's felt most different from the rest of them.
Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Well, how do you mean the different from what?
It just
from
feels
James Gunn stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
character focused.
Yeah, it'll be yeah, maybe because there's less money to work with.
It feels in line with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but even more grounded than Suicide
totally.
Squad.
Which is insane because you have things like Frogman and fucking Vigilante.
Yep.
God, what a show. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Well, that was another banger episode of Plot to Go. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us on
YouTube
and
Instagram
and
TikTok
and
Spotify
and
Apple Podcasts.
Wow. Next week, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out because the big film, the big release is Smurfs.
Yep, yet another Smurfs reboot, which I don't know. I don't really want to drag myself. The animation looks horrendous. The leads are Rihanna and James Corden. So I don't know.
Yeah, neither of us want to see this.
So we'll just see how reviews and stuff go. Well, I don't know. We might see something new next week. We might just do like a topic of the week. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But next week we will talk about our fantasy draft. That's what we're gonna do.
Cool.
At some point.
That means I have to sit and like go through it.
Yeah. I can't even remember. Did you take Superman or did I?
I think I might have. I got all the blockbusters really quickly. I think you made better decisions in like the indie realm.
I don't know if I did because Materialist didn't do well. Who knows?
Wow.
Tune in next week. Bye.